if you're playing through the scenario the first time, I recommend you do the exploration, right? Because that's what the big bit of the game is about. But on my 7th playthrough of this, I have no desire to go and scour the map. So I use Map Genie. The only thing that I have is I have when I go somewhere, I kind of have a memory of, oh yeah, the Morphic crate was roughly in this area. But don't forget, when you are exploring, you've got the flashing light on the back of your backpack. That also tells you where the Morphic crate is, as well as when you're close to the area where he is, you'll see the 2 little red butterflies flying in a direction. Just follow the little red butterflies, and that'll lead you to where the Morphic crate is as well. But obviously you've got to be pretty close to him to get the light and also the red butterflies. Right, where are we going? Over there. There's a they always put these fences on the corners. It's really annoying. It's like they actually designed it so you can't shortcut. How rude. How rude is that? Okay. And it wants me to take the long path to get up the hill. And I don't want to go up the hill, really. I want to go around the corner because that's where the treasure box is. Come on, bike. Can I have my bike? There we go. So yeah, but I mean, I definitely say if you're playing through a season the first time, absolutely. Oh, there's silver. Absolutely. Go and explore, because it's one of the biggest bits of the game is the exploration. Right, it's just here. Again, we got a fence longer than anything. Okay. Up there. There. And there. I got under formula, one that I've already got. All right, we've got a Morphic crate, and the Morphic crate is about there. And I have to say, even if you were exploring, it would be really tough to find all the Morphic crates, because a lot of them, particularly like the ones in Blackheart Region, they're not tied to any location. I mean, you're going to have to go... You're going to have to be really methodical in like mapping every single grid and exploring every single grid to find a lot of these Morphic crates. Because some of them are in really weird locations that there would normally never be any reason to go there. So finding them all would be really tough. I would recommend on the first playthrough, as I say, explore everything. And then if you're in phase 5 and you're near the end and you haven't got everything, I would then go to the map and go to make sure that you get everything before you finish. Because on the next playthrough of the next scenario, that Stellar Planula is going to be... you're going to really want it. Right, because you'll just be able to go straight to Severin and you'll be able to buy everything that Severin has to offer straight out. And that's what I do. Like, every time I start a scenario, I can buy everything that Severin has on day 1. Which is basically a bunch of Asterism crates and a bunch of mod crates and stuff. Gold. saw somebody in chat saying he'd farmed 3,000 gold ore, and I'm like, Jesus, that's going some. Right, what are we looking for here? What is here? Is it a balloon? Should be a Riddle spot. There it is. Ah, it's vines. It's vines. There we go. Bit of that. Let me in, let me in. Right, then we've got a Morphic crate, which should be over here somewhere. Right, there's the butterflies. See, follow the butterflies, follow the butterflies. They kept saying go in this direction. There we go, and some more. Should be here, flashing light. There we go. There he is. You didn't know about Map Genie? Yeah, Map Genie's a really good resource. Like, if there's a brand new scenario, like when Way of Winter first came out, it's actually quite slow to update because, of course, it's using a lot of player data as well. But it is a really good resource. Like, but like I say, if it's your first playthrough, it would, unless you really hate the exploration part, which kind of, why would you play a game like this if you hate exploration? I would try and avoid using it because it will ruin some of the fun of exploration. Like when you're going through the strongholds and stuff like that, looking for gear crates and weapon crates, I would explore and not use Map Genie. But if you're playing through for the 5th or 6th time, definitely use Map Genie. Right, where is he? He's back this way. Huh. There he is. Right. We have one Morphic crate left to go. And then we have 100% cleared everything. And that Morphic crate is about there. And I need to somehow get up here. Can we hop? We can, look at that. And up we go. There we go. You've been playing since the game came out for 350 hours. And well uninstalled. Yeah, no, it was more of a generic comment. I say I know you've played before. It was just more of a generic comment. If anyone else is listening, is like, don't suddenly just go to Map Genie and do everything because it'll kind of spoil some of the fun. But yeah, I know for you, it's like, yeah, definitely use Map Genie. It's like it will save you a lot of time. Oh, there is a car, apparently, on the road. Not where you'd normally find a car, but there is a car there. Now, if that guy farmed 3,000 gold ore, how long did he spend just driving around the roads looking for it? Jesus. Even with the advanced drill. And maybe even a specialization for it as well. So you can get a specialization to increase yield. Oh, but be careful, there are some rocks through here that you cannot drive through. Right, he should be here somewhere. There he is on the road. Look at that, rudeness. Shoot at me. There we go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is every single region 100% complete. Yeah. Every region 100% complete. In fact, let's go here. Right, let's empty anything we've got we need to get rid of. Nothing. Bit of garbage ammo. Bit of that. And that's it. Okay, what deviants did we pick up? Let's have a look. How much garbage did we get? 3, 3, 3, 3. 3, 3, 3, 5. Look, we got 3, 5 gingerbread house. Still not a 5, 5, I'm telling you. A 1, 1 frog. 3, 3, 4, 3. 4, 5. We got a 4, 5. Look at that. I have had so many gingerbread house. It is unbelievable. 4, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Still no 5, 5. We do have a 150k link, so I am going to upgrade my last mod. But let's repair first. So, select all. And repair. Select all. And repair. Right, and then let's upgrade the final mod. Because all my other mods are upgraded, right? So they're all 5, 5. That's actually quite a good one. That's 5, 5, and that's 5, 5. So it's armor that we need to do. Right, that's 5, 5, 5, 5. There we go. It's the gloves we haven't done. The boots is done, right? So it's the gloves. So, hold to enhance. What are we going to get? Give me reload. Give me, like, epic reload speed bonus straight off. Don't do that. Weapon damage. Won't complain at that. There we go. 12% reload speed on status enhancement. Not bad. And weapon damage. And weapon damage. Okay, the final one was that. I was like, give me the weapon damage and the reload speed. Damage against elites, don't really care about that much, so that's not bad. Reload speed is pretty good. I'm happy with that. When you were in India, did I try any Indian food? I tried a lot of Indian food. The thing is, right, so back in the UK, there's an awful lot of Indian food, and I do like it. However, of course, most of the stuff in the UK is, one, not very authentic, and two, a lot of it is pushed as Indian food, but I would say a lot of the people running them are probably from Bangladesh, so it's not the same. So when I did go to India, I did try a lot of actually authentic Indian food. And, you know, I have to say, now I live in the US, I would say there's a lot more authentic or close to authentic Indian food in the US compared to the UK, which is definitely not the same. But yeah, I tried a lot. I do love Indian food. Both the UK non-authentic and the more authentic and truly authentic in India. Yeah. So, yeah, I like it. Okay, so what am I going to do, right? So, we're actually nearly full on Deviant. I've been built some more Deviant storage. That's full, but most of it's garbage. Right. So that we've already got, along with all that. So we can maybe get ourselves a new recipe. Let's try. Disassemble. And of course, the food in India I found is different in the different regions. So the food that I had in Bangalore seemed a little bit different to the food I had up in Delhi. So, right, we can make 3. What are we going to get? Last time it was not brilliant. Give me something I don't already have. A light herringbone floor is new. We got a new floor pattern. We got a new table. Look at that. Lovely table that is. And we got an industrial floor lamp, which we already have. There we go. Okay. A bunch of stuff there. What are we going to do? So the issue I've got, right, is I don't have hardly any acid, which means I can't really build much more tungsten, or any tungsten. I don't think I've got any acid. How much have I got? Aluminium, gold. Okay. Right. We got 103 acid right now. So I need to build tungsten. And we need to build a lot of steel and brick. So I don't really need the aluminium. So I think I'm going to go out right now. Let's go and let's see. How close are we to lunacy? Right, okay, we're fine. So let's go out. We're going to harvest a whole bunch of tungsten and steel and gravel. Because the only thing I've really got left to do now is actually build a big base. And there's nothing else really for me to do. Like, because, yes, I could go and do, like, hard mode bosses and stuff, but I'm not really that fussed about doing them, to be honest. And I'm not really, as I said, one for doing groups, so I guess it's build a base. I mean, once we've got a base properly built up, we won't have any acid problems. Because we'll make oil, and then we'll make stardust, and we'll use the stardust to make acid. But we need to get to that point. And I still haven't decided how I want to build a base. The only thing I know is I don't want to use the same base I've used for the last 3 seasons, which I really like that base layout, by the way. I think it's a great base layout because it doesn't use hardly anything on the floor. Delhi in the north, their main food is bread. For us, it's rice. Okay. You should visit your state. Hey, I would love to. Right now, it's not the best time because I'm traveling so much. Like, if you think about it, so April, I'm in Washington D.C. for the second week of April. Then I'm elsewhere in Virginia, and then I'm in the UK for a week. Then I'm in Las Vegas for a week. Then I go to Tampa for a week. Then, where am I then? Then I'm in Nashville for a week. Then I go down to Houston, Texas for a week. And then I go up to Canada for a week. So we're traveling a lot. It's pretty non-stop. And it's all work. So April and May is going to suck for stream. It's going to be really hard to do any streaming in April and May. Though I've already prepared a whole bunch of YouTube videos for a series that I'm running. So throughout May, we're going to be running... So April and May, we're going to be running some Once Human stuff, but that's all the stuff you're watching now, really. In terms of stuff that's new content, we'll be running Far Cry 5 and then Planet Crafter. Be running through May, April, May. Is there any country? Oh, yeah, plenty. I've never been to Russia. I've never been to China. I've never been to Iran or anywhere like that. I haven't been anywhere in South America. I've never been to, like, the Philippines and Indonesia and places like that. Though I have done Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand. Never been to Pakistan. I've never been... Where else haven't I been? Done most of Eastern Europe. Done most of the Middle East. Yeah, those are the main places. Like I haven't done most of the islands in the Pacific and stuff. Oh, I've never been to Japan. That's one place I'd like to visit. I've never been to Japan. That would be quite cool. And I've never been to South Korea. Your dream place is Seoul? Okay. Yeah, I've never been to South Korea, so... couldn't tell you. But I would. Japan is the place I'd really like to visit, but not Tokyo. I'd actually like to go and see more of rural Japan. But I know they're not exactly big on foreigners, tourists and stuff. So particularly over the last couple of years, where there's been quite a lot of incidents with like American YouTubers and kick streamers causing so many problems, they're really quite anti-tourist. So I'd probably want to go with somebody that I know locally. For me, actually, it's the architecture and like the cherry blossoms and stuff I think would be really cool to see. Like certain times of the year. Okay. Okay. Oh, I need to make sure that I make a battery because my drill is nearly dead. So I need to make sure I at least get a battery. Because if I use all of my acid on tungsten, I won't be able to make a battery, and then I won't be able to get any ore, and I'll be back to an axe, which will suck. But yeah, all the places I visited is like 99% of the places I visit for work. So while it seems like I've been a lot of places, most of those places I haven't really seen that place. So I can't really say that, oh yeah, I've seen all the cool stuff there. Because no, I see an airport and a meeting room and then I head out. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Right, let's make a battery because now I have no drill. Right, give me a battery. Storage battery. Craft 1. That's all I need is just a battery. It's not an advanced drill, it's just a drill, but it'll do. Right. So that's doing its thing. Right, over here. Tungsten, max. Steel, max. Because when you're making reinforced, you need not just bricks, you need steel. And that's all the bricks. Okay, right. Got 5k, so we will be able to make some good acid, but I need to think about how much Stardust Source I'm going to need to do the calibration, right? So 600, so I could probably spend 2k Stardust Source right now. So let's do that. So that's going to cost me... Right, so I get 100 acid from that. Yeah, so actually it doesn't cost that much Stardust Source. It's like 400 Stardust Source gets you 100 acid. So that's not too bad. Like elder brother, he travels for the company. Last time he went to Spain. Oh, Spain. Spain's interesting. I'm not a big fan of like Barcelona, Milan. I actually prefer it on the coast. Like on the Mediterranean coast and stuff's really nice. Right, let's empty the bags. Right. Full. And seeds. Right, so if we look at what have we done so far? So we did the Resident Evil style bunker thing, but that was when I was trying to build a base with the purification inside. So every wall like was triple layered, right? And I put the Stardust thing right in the middle. And like even the top was triple layered, and then we had literally guns and shit all around it. But overall it looks boring as hell, right? But we had sandbags and all that sort of thing, but it wasn't actually that fun, right? Then we built our Cobra style tower. Cobra from G.I. Joe. So then we had purification in here, and then we had the tower itself, and then every layer of the tower had like stuff going on. But again, it was kind of meh. Then we built the modern castle. I don't want to build a castle though, because the castle, I don't like the way the castle works in non-Eternal Land, because you just don't get enough structural pieces. You cap at 700, right? And it really limits what you can do, the size you can make it. And circular towers are really hard to make with the circular stairs, and again have enough pieces. So it was all right, but I felt again it was quite limiting. And like compared to the Eternal Land, there's not as much room inside to build like cool courtyard stuff. So I don't want to do that. Then we built the Cobra Tower version 2, which basically we had the defense building over here for purification, and here was a garage with crop growing in the roof. And that was all right. And it was kind of like, but instead of going rounded, we went more hexagonal style. Right, and then we went into Way of Winter, and this is what we built in Way of Winter. And that's kind of how it started. And this is the design that I now quite like. Right, we've evolved it since, because then we did this when it was Halloween. And what I like about it is you get quite a big place, but it doesn't take up much space on the floor. Like this is just where your pumping area is. This is for all your animals if you're doing that. That's where your car and your bike and that goes. That's where your Starcron purification is. But you get this like nice outdoor area. There's tons of space inside. You can grow all the way up the top is all growing stuff. And then you've got like a lounge area and like the deviant area and like all that sort of thing. And then the final one we built was this one, which is what I used last season. That's what we used last season, and that worked really well. That worked really well. But we've used that quite a lot. So I'm kind of thinking to do something different. Let's have a look at our territory. Alright, so we're coming off. This is the tallest area, this corner, which is quite a slope. The water's not too deep, so we could look at doing like a wall all the way around, but this is, I wonder if the foundations will go low enough. I've often had a problem when I've tried to build a wall all the way around, that the foundations, you can't get it straight and then your wall looks weird. It's difficult to get it to match. Because I was thinking about